welcome to another episode of Addicted to the Q. I'm Brian. That's the bum. Bradley's not available. And our special guest tonight is Hawk Blackburn of Blackburn's BBQ. How you doing tonight, Hawk?
I'm doing great, bud. Thanks for the invite.
Well, welcome to the show, Hawk.
Nice, thanks. It's an honor.
Well, let's start off by getting to know you, the man.
All right, let's do it.
Where are you from? We know where you live now, but where are you from and what got you to where you live?
Yeah, it's a really long story, but I'll shorten it up, summarize it as much as I can, to tell you the truth. I'm originally from Kansas. I grew up in Lawrence as a little kid, moved to Lenexa in high school. And from there, I enlisted in the U.S. Marines and was first in California, like most of us from Kansas. And then I actually got stationed in North Carolina for like the rest of my enlistment. So I was only in for 4 years, and then the 4 years inactive as well on top of that. After that, I ended up moving around a little bit, got married, got divorced. And then, ended up in Denver, Colorado, and ended up meeting the love of my life, and she happened to be from Germany. And in 2007, I just kind of sold everything, my dream car, all of the few clothes that I had, and ended up moving over to Germany. At that time, though,
she was the woman, though. She was the woman then, moving you across the world.
Oh yeah, it was definitely worth it, because without her, I kind of it sounds cheesy, but I really wouldn't be where I'm at today without her support and having my back throughout all these years. So. Yeah, but the funny part is though, I'm a trained chef. I went to school here in Denver, Colorado, where I last lived. And I didn't really get into barbecue until I was in Germany. What happened was I got bullshitted by a restaurant. They kind of screwed me over, and they were like, oh, after the first month, like, oh, we can't pay you on time. I'm like, oh, well, I can't work here then.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting at home, and being that I'm such a glutton for punishment, I can't just sit around and not have a job. I took a settlement check from my tribe. I am Native American. That's why my name is Hawk Blackburn. It's not a stage name or something like that. That's my true name. And took $2,500, bought myself a little smoker, which I thought would be big enough to entertain a party of 50. Oh man, I was wrong. that was so crazy. But anyway, and then I just kind of jumped into, or I was sitting there jobless, and saw Barbecue Pitmasters on the Discovery Channel over there. And I was just sitting there enjoying the hell out of it, getting homesick, drooling every night for like a week, and then it just popped in my head, hey, is there barbecue here in my town in Germany? And not really. There was 2 people that offered it, but that was not like here in Kansas City, It was not barbecue like here in Kansas, I mean. So, like I said, now go back, the $2,500 settlement check for my tribe for some oil and water, bought a smoker and what I thought was enough equipment, and just jumped in and did it. Now I'm 10 years later, self-employed. I don't do caterings anymore. All I do is teach barbecue in Germany and grilling. But this year I've specifically focused on Kansas City style barbecue, because it's really not known over there what barbecue is, which barbecue does everybody want. But now it's starting to get to a point in Germany to where American barbecue is, a bacon bomb. Some ribs. But like baby back ribs or something like that. It's different over there. The meat's different. Everything is different on meat. I mean, you can't even get a decent brisket over there. I mean, I can. I got really lucky. I have a really good butcher over there who does everything traditional still, like way back when in Germany. But he made himself smart and researched about these U.S. barbecue cuts, what we know as normal, just barbecue cuts, brisket, St. Louis cut ribs, Boston butt, those kind of things. So, and he's one of the only ones in Germany who really does it right.
Yeah. I mean, well, and to that point, and I don't know, I actually cooked at a competition in the Netherlands last year.
Awesome.
Over there when I went overseas for a work trip, and I luckily there was a competition and I went and did that. And that was one thing I did learn, that the cuts of meat, animals are raised a little bit differently. They're not eating the same kind of stuff, and it's just a whole different. So you've got a butcher. Does he find locally sourced, cattle and pigs and stuff?
That's a great question.
Farmers,
yes.
How does that work?
Everything is local. They have really short transport routes. They're just maybe 2 miles down the road. He only slaughters so much per week. He's not slaughtering in mass production or anything like that. If it's out, it's out, Yeah. But like you said, with the meat, they feed differently there. They don't have Black Angus. They have some other breed. I don't even know what it is, to tell you the truth. I can't translate it. It says Weiterin. So that roughly translates to pasture on the pasture cow.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can't take that meat for a competition. It's not marbled enough. It's really hard. I mean, I tried to do it my first competition, but that was not so pretty. But I was sitting there all cocky thinking, I'm American. I'll fuck all these Germans up. Got third to last out of 20, or what was it back then? I think it was 28 teams, and I got third to last. And I mean, to be quite honest, I don't know how we didn't get last place in chicken. We were both so hungover. We had 2.5 hours of sleep. I decided to go old school stick burner. That's only one way for barbecue, and I was pretty cocky. I really paid for it being cocky.
It must have been early on if you were hungover. You were hungover, so you didn't know that, I need to get rest during this stuff.
Yeah, right. I mean, it started on Friday, and we're a brand new team and an experienced team right next to us. Well, we're really good friends with that team from back then. Nowadays, pretty much best friends, actually. But they got us so drunk. Oh, my God. That was Lynchburg lemonade, baby. Double fisted the whole night. Yeah, of course, my German teammate, he never heard of Lynchburg lemonade, and I'm like, oh, this stuff's great. I mean, it doesn't taste like anything. Of course not. It's like lemonade, bro.
Yeah, that's when I was, of course, I was there Thursday. I can't remember. I know that I was there a day early, but all I know is I realized I was in a different world finally when I'm sitting around about 20 people. And they're all speaking Dutch, and I had no clue what they're saying. And they just pointed a bottle, and I said, sure, give me another. I didn't even know what I was drinking. And I just, it was my head was pounding just a little bit the next morning, but
I believe it.
I got through it okay, and still, keep in contact with all those guys on Facebook and everything. It's pretty cool. So,
do you remember any of the names there? I'm pretty sure they're all my buddies too.
I'd have to. There were two Dirks. I can't remember last names. I'd have to look at my contacts. One is he's a famous butcher over there, because he had like this big old book. He was autographing books. He's a big old beast. He was doing some because a lot of the competitions over there, they'll do have like a festival.
Yeah,
He was showing how to butcher a whole hog while we were there and everything. And I just love watching that kind of stuff, and it was entertaining to watch that. So.
Yeah, it's a little bit different over there when they do competitions, for sure. It's they try to make a show out of it, really, for the public. They're not just looking at closed tents or whatever.
But it's neat. I equate it when I was trying to describe to Brian and some others. I said and I've only been in the competition game since 2016. But I'm guessing it's the way. Over there, it's probably the way KCBS was 15 years ago, ballpark wise. It's just starting to take off. It's still a small knit. They still making an event versus everybody going in their trailers and closing up at 10 o'clock at night and going to sleep. The day of, turn-ins, you get done with the turn-in, instead of, here in the States, you can't serve anything. You take your pan full. In fact, the guy that was helping me, he goes, well, where's the leftover pork? I go, it's in here. We're going to put it in a cooler. And he goes, no, we put it out for people to eat. I go, you can do that? He goes, yeah. So we're just putting our food out there. And of course, I was the American there, so everybody was racing over to taste our
Yeah.
food. Oh, they think yours is the best. I go, they're not judging, so it doesn't mean a thing. But yeah, I don't know. It seemed more energetic to me. It was fun. And not that competitions here we know so many people. It's fun, but over there everybody was wanting to talk to you. Everybody's wanting to get to know you. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I almost, finances weren't quite there, but I almost was going to pull off going to Vienna here a few weeks ago for a competition. Vienna, there was one there. Yeah, and I just, after I looked at the finances, I'm like, I can't pull it off. So
yeah. Nowadays, KCBS over there and SCA, it's really difficult. Everything's gotten so expensive over there. It's pretty crazy.
A quick shout out to our sponsors: King Louie's Meat Apostle Barbecue Rub, Inkbird Thermometers, Rum Runners Barbecue, Butcher Barbecue and all their goodies, Springer Mountain Farms Chicken, the best charcoal out there, the Good Charcoal Company, the only Vortex drum, Hunsaker Drums. Now back to Brian, Brad, and the Bum.
So,
yeah. No,
but
sorry, Brian, I hijacked that there. So.
No, you're good. That gave me time to figure out our whole overlay that we've always had an issue with. The StreamYard stuff, it's gone.
Oh, good.
Hey, let me figure. You just take it away, Kevin. I'm just doing the back end stuff.
Bradley just got fired.
Sorry, Brad.
IT guy. Anyway, sorry, Bradley. We love you.
No, I was like, man, because we had a comment that on above me it says StreamYard when they watch it, and it was cutting like half my head off, and I'm like, not that I like my forehead and all that, Marine hats, wearing it all the time. We get little skin showing. So I was like, oh, what's this overlay? Oh, it's gone. Magic.
Well, let's get off your head topic. I have to ask you, because you grew up in Lawrence and Lenexa. So it's something, get to know you. Are you a KU fan or an MU fan?
KU.
Okay.
Lawrence.
I figured, but I wanted to make sure.
Maybe half a mile from the campus right now.
Yeah. Well, you guys actually play football now, so it's a good thing you came back.
Right?
They're striking while the iron's hot. They're like, wow, we had a winning season. Let's build a new stadium. So.
Yeah, now they're playing in Kansas City.
yeah, pretty much.
Do you have any siblings around here?
Yeah, I'm actually at my brother's house right now.
Okay.
I have two brothers. I'm actually at one of my middle brother's house, and then my youngest brother, he just lives a block away. That was just a coincidence that it happened that way.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Nice. Now, my question is, I want to touch on this. You said you do like your own thing, like you work for yourself, cooking stuff.
Yeah, I'm self-employed, exactly.
Yeah, what all are you doing over there?
Well, I just create menus, usually four dishes, an appetizer and a dessert, and then two main meals, so to speak. And it's usually the courses run about 4 hours, and it's normally fairly easy stuff. But lately this year is brisket, a big topic over there. People really don't understand brisket. They're scared of brisket. But on top of that, it's really hard to get a decent brisket that people will not be demotivated because they just keep getting dry or getting it messed up. But the problem is over there, most of them, they're getting briskets that are like 5 pounds. That's
dry out real quick.
And then they get frustrated from that, or they're trying to make a brisket in a little thin smoker that they got for 100 euros from the what do you call it here? From the home improvement store. Yeah. But and then they don't understand that they need a decent smoker. They need decent wood, and we all know we need good meat. So that's the main thing. And that's what I try to project in my courses, that you need to have these things before you can really have a nice result in your cook.
Is your course like a class?
Yeah, it's kind of like a class with it's hands-on. Everybody, I put, what do you mean? I can't find the words right now. I spread my recipes out, set up different stations for everybody. That's the word I was looking for. Set up different stations for the participants, and then they just have to read through the recipes and just produce that what I thought of for them. And then they're actually doing it themselves as well. As far as a brisket, St. Louis cut ribs, that takes too long. I only have 4 hours usually. Some places have 5 hours. For the first time this year, I had an 8-hour course, but I was still earlier. I wanted to be early there because at that location, I was able to get some nice Creekstone Farm briskets. So
there you go.
They were choice, but they were definitely way better than what I was, what I usually can get. But I'm also classic pitmaster. I mean, barbecue is regional. You don't need to be importing special meat from across seas just to do barbecue. I mean, you kind of need to adjust to your region and what you have there.
Yeah.
I mean, being that I do offer Kansas City barbecue, original American barbecue, I do spend a lot of money on hickory. I get cherry wood over there a lot, but I mix more classic Kansas City style hickory and cherry wood together. And that's what I'm trying to just show people, that that's more what Kansas City barbecue is about. I mean, I know nowadays pecan wood is becoming the preferred choice here in Kansas City. It's really nice. I tried it out at the World Championships in Texas for the rib cook-off. That was really nice flavor that it produced. So I might be taking some pecan because they do have that over there.
Yeah. So are these like a group of friends that say, "Hey, we want to"? You go to them, and then like they're going to have a group of say 6 to 8 people, and you're going to cook a meal for them that evening, and they're kind of learning from it, but they're bonding, that type of thing? Or is it
exactly.
formal? You're trying to pack 20, 25 people into a class?
Both.
Okay.
Yep, both.
Okay.
I do private courses. I do most of my courses are in cooking schools or grill schools. There are specific grill schools over there, and definitely a lot of cooking schools over there. But a lot of the places where I'm at, it's combined. And then there's specialty grill centers there, kind of like the Kansas City barbecue store, but a lot bigger. And they have a huge seminar area, and that's really grown in the last years. When I first started out in 2016, 2017 with the seminars, and we were lugging everything from way back in the warehouse all the way to the front of the store, setting up tents and bringing about 8 grills out and just lugging everything back and forth. But nowadays there's really fancy grill schools, and I don't know how it is over here with those kind of things, but there's outdoor kitchens now in a lot of my grill schools or the cooking schools where I'm at, and it's really developed. It's really taken a lot of it's had a lot of progress over the years. I mean, of course, 2020 didn't help much, but it's starting to take off again a little bit.
Yeah. What kind of grills you guys got? I saw something on your Facebook. You had I don't know, it was round cast iron look with it looked like it was a cutout crown in the middle of it. You did smash burger on it.
Yeah, that's right. That's a fire plate is what they call it. That's just a special one. It's like an old oil barrel, but this one's out of Cortain steel, so it's really built for a lifetime. It looks rusty on purpose, but it stays rusty, but nothing runs off of it. But that's kind of the new trend right now in Germany, these fire plates.
A lot of open fire cooking.
Yeah, open fire. Well, that's kind of like a preference of mine. That's my style. That's what I prefer. But what's more popular over there is gas grills, and in a lot of my courses, people want to produce the same barbecue that I'm producing, but they only have a gas grill. And it's like, yeah, you can get close, but it's not going to work 100%. But yeah, that's the kind of the new trend in Germany. There's all kinds of different styles of these fire plates. There's some that are double deckered. There's some that are double deckered. You have a grill rack here, and you got one raised up on the second level. Yeah, it's many different styles. But what is becoming popular over there at the moment is the Blackstone grills as well, the griddles.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but everything is starting to happen a lot faster. I mean, what is popular here in the U.S., it's not even a year later, it's over in Germany as well.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I was looking at that website trying to see what that grill was. I just, I can't read that stuff. I was trying to place an order and just see what it would cost and all that. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, you can hit translate on there, but I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was looking at some of your Facebook videos, and you're speaking German on there. Like, well, that doesn't help me at all. That's
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I can clear that up for you, whatever videos you want to see. But I mean, most of it is just the basics of what I'm doing there. I mean, experienced guys like you can just watch and be like, oh, that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing now. And that's all that I'm saying, exactly step by step of what I'm doing. But it sounds interesting sometimes.
Yeah. So I looked up real quick the guys, because like I said, I'm just bad with names that I got to meet. So Richard Herabout.
Oh,
he
yeah.
runs Green Forest Barbecue and Grills. That's where the competition was.
Hollander.
Flying Dutchman.
Flying Dutchman,
great,
exactly.
Yeah, it was great competition. Great guy. He helped me out a lot. Eric Van Emst is the one who.
From Coy Valley.
Yeah, so I always joke. I knew him through Hunsaker. Never met him in person, but he's the one that I always say, yeah, I landed in Brussels and I walked out of the airport, got in a car with a guy I'd never met, drove an hour and a half north to a competition. That's what horse stores are made out of, But yeah, Eric was awesome. I love it. We had so much fun together. He was so much help. I really appreciate
he's a great guy. Really nice guy. Always prepared to help anybody who needs help.
Yeah, Dirk Homerson.
That's one
he's
that
the
I don't
butcher.
Know.
Yeah, he's a butcher. He's from Dodeward. I probably said that wrong. And then Maurice Mulder. He's
those
the one.
last two I don't know.
Yeah, Maurice. He has a team. Then he also runs a competition every year. Those are the guys that I partied with all night long. And Maurice is awesome. So yeah, I threw out some names there, but yeah, fun guys. So barbecue is literally a worldwide language. I mean, it doesn't matter. Talk food, what you're doing. It's so much fun. So
exactly. Yeah. Back to your question, Brian, about that crown that was on the grill. That's for a walk. You can walk on that. Use a walk and do a lot of Asian style food on there too.
Okay.
There's also another option that you can put an asado dome on there with these long Brazilian churrasco skewers. Man, there it goes.
Yeah.
German.
And
you can hang things from chains there and stuff like that. But that's like you guys know, asado. Asado is another thing that's becoming very popular over in Germany at the moment. But a lot of Germans are really impatient and they want it now. But for the people who are like barbecue oriented, understand low and slow that it takes a long time. Well, asado is even another different animal. You got to have a lot more patience for that. So
yeah, I can tell you right now, I would not be there. Do I have much patience, Brian? No.
Absolute 1%.
1% patience. Yeah, that works great. So you're a hot and fast guy.
He's got all the patience until Sunday.
Until the day of the competition. So, but that's all right. That's all good.
It's all good.
So Hawk, you and I guess were sort of introduced, earlier this year, back in February, I guess it was.
February.
So Rod Blackburn, from here in the Kansas City area, he had shot me a message, said that you guys are known, not related. He said, he always says, not the same Blackburn, but we're friends or family. So, but Rod had asked to reach out to you. You were kind of working with a restaurant at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
And has that? I can't recall. I don't recall. I know you were trying to figure out working with a cook shack and getting briskets done properly. There were some kind of situations on getting it going. Is that evolved, or is that kind of done? You've moved on, or how's that going?
Well, it's evolved from their side. They shot me a message after I got back and said that they changed everything that I showed them. They have no experience whatsoever, but they asked. They just said, "Oh, you don't need to come back. We changed everything that you showed us. We figured out our own ways here." And like, okay, that's fine. That's if that's how you want to do it. That's a huge waste of money for a restaurant, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I showed them classic barbecue. The only difference is that I don't know. I don't want to talk shit about one of my customers.
No, and I didn't want to go down
listened.
that road.
They should have listened. They have. It is a restaurant smoker. In Germany, the laws are completely very strict. You can't have any open fire in the cities, and as well as inside, you can't have any open fires, open pits. I mean, there are a few restaurants that are on the outside of cities where they have a whole beer garden where they can just do everything the right way outside. But in the middle of bigger cities, it's just not possible. You have to use electric smokers. And,
that was a cook shack, if I remember right.
Yes, cook shack.
Which, internal pellet cooker, I can see that being that. I just remember you had some restrictions. You're like, yeah, they want me to cook a brisket, but I can't come in before 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like,
yeah, that's right.
I don't know how you're going to do that. And you're like, I don't either. I'm just looking for advice.
Yeah, they wanted to do convenience briskets so that here's the thing. They just wanted to do brisket once a week, and they wanted to do like 20 briskets and then just rewarm them. And I said, if you're lucky, you get one day out of it, but you're not going to get a whole week out of brisket. I said that's just not what people do. That if you're going to do a barbecue restaurant, you have to invest the time and energy into it. You can't just sit there. But you guys know this as well. But I don't think that Joe's Barbecue or any of these big, huge barbecue restaurants, well-known restaurants here in Kansas City or anywhere in the U.S. I don't think that they're really just cooking briskets from 8 to 5 one day a week. So.
No. I'm very sure of that.
Yeah. I mean, I did run a barbecue restaurant when I was over there in Germany for a couple of months, but it was so stressful. And then, they didn't tell me the whole truth about the restaurant and its financial status. And they just brought me on board way too late. And unfortunately, there was not enough employees. And the typical restaurant situation in everywhere in the world. Just a lot of work and not enough employees. And as a general manager, I wasn't supposed to be in the kitchen as much as I was, but I was every day in the kitchen as well, throwing down.
So with your background, that had to be pretty tough.
Yeah, I also had to drive 2 hours a day on top of that. Each direction. I mean, so I was driving 4 hours, working a 12-hour shift, and then driving 2 hours back home afterwards, and then getting right back up again, driving back in, start the smokers, and get everything going again. So it was very stressful. I actually got burnt out because of it, but that was at a time to where I wasn't able to handle the stress like I'm able to handle the stress nowadays. So, but that was at the beginning of my career, anyway, my self-employment career. But it's definitely a different type of scenario over there in Germany to be running a barbecue restaurant. There's so many restrictions, and it's just unbelievably hard to get it to be like here. I mean, but it's becoming more and more popular, so people are figuring out ways.
What is the there in Germany? What is the, like here in the States? Obviously, you got regional stuff, but barbecue is pretty popular. Certain areas, Mexican food, Italian, whatever. What in Germany is like the main food that's there? I'm guessing barbecue's not real high up there just because they haven't experienced it as much. What's the main food that people
food that people like that always is possible is currywurst or bratwurst. Currywurst is like a ketchup based sauce that's usually refined with a little bit of espresso or coffee or even Coca-Cola. Everybody has their own recipe and their own tricks that they put in there. If you want it hot, you put some chili in there. If you want it really hot, put some habanero powder in there. But usually it's just like a ketchup and curry powder. And then the bratwurst is cut up into little chunks. And then they give you a little fork. And then, you just eat a bratwurst with a bunch of sauce on it. But most of the time, there's a big plate of fries that's right next to it. So they call it pommes over there in Germany.
Okay.
So not French fries. They don't like the French so much in Germany. So but currywurst and bratwurst is like the go-to. There are other things, but it doesn't matter in what city you go to. The flavor profile in each region of Germany, though, that's where it differs. There's always like in the middle of Germany, they have like a bunch of fennel in there, fennel seeds and caraway seeds. And it gives it a really, really its own character, you know. In my area, it's just it kind of tastes like a sausage, kind of like Jimmy Dean sausage a little bit, but without the sage.
The
sage is missing, but the rest of that flavor profile is there. But I actually have my own bratwurst as well. I do have my own rubs and my own sauce over there. And I did end up creating my own bratwurst. It started off as a sausage, but because of the transport costs and keeping everything frozen the whole time, and the fact that it's really high quality meat that I use active stall pigs, which means that they're happy. They run around. They're not all smashed up together, you know, and they're really happy pigs. And then another, what's that? Yeah, happy pigs. And then another one is called Bentheimer swines. They're kind of roam around in the forest, and they eat from the forest floor. They have more of a free life, but they're also not slaughtered every week. You know, they're maybe once a month they get slaughtered. They're not mass produced again. So I'm really conscientious about that kind of stuff. But my bratwurst doesn't taste at all like a classic bratwurst, but it's been selling pretty good from what I know. Every time I want to order it, it's sold out, so I can't complain.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So what you got coming up with your cooking stuff? Any big classes or shows?
Well, next I got I applied for a cooking show. It's brand new TV format. It's called Masters of Meat. As soon as I get back, I have to, one day to prepare, and then we drive about 7 hours down south from where we live in Germany, kind of on the border of Czechoslovakia. And it's middle of nowhere in the hills, beautiful location. And there's only 5 teams, and I was lucky enough to be one of those 5 teams, so I'm really excited about that. You get a mystery box, and you have to do one steak event or one steak dish with a side dish and one long job. So, I mean, being that it's called Masters of Meat, and it's the guy who's hosting this contest, he is one of the only Wagyu breeders in Germany. There's a few. But he's kind of like one of the first ones to be having Wagyu over there. He only slaughters maybe 5 cows a year or 5 animals a year. So he's very, very, how do you call it? I can't think of the word right now.
Well, he knows what he's doing. Exactly. Very particular with how he raises them and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds awesome. That's
gonna be cool. I really hope I win it, because then at least maybe I didn't get a world champion ring this year, but maybe I can get me a title for Germany called Masters of Meat. So
is that going to be like a YouTube episodes where we could go and
YouTube,
watch it? Or?
TV, Instagram. There's a whole bunch of things, but they haven't really let anybody know exactly what's going to be involved in that. So it's first the show, and it's a big, huge festival. There's like, I think 15 or 20 top butchers, world champion pit masters and grill masters, people that all have something to do with meat and meat production and grilling and smoke. So, it's going to be definitely a huge festival that's it's going to be one of a kind.
Yeah.
is this Masters of Meat just one episode, or is it like?
No, it's going to be a series.
Okay.
There will
so
be
like you get eliminated or something.
Yeah, you if you don't win, you get eliminated. Yeah, exactly. There's only one winner out of the 5 teams. It's going to be all judged on one day, and we have 8 hours to do everything. But that's all the rules that we got.
It's like we watched Lego Masters, and the winner gets like this golden Lego to where he cannot be eliminated if he does fail, or he can use it so he doesn't get eliminated. They need to do like a golden steak if you win.
Right.
If you think you're going to fail the next event, give your golden steak into where you automatically win and get through.
Yeah, this is just one event, and the winner gets all the glory. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, one day, one event, and then it will be you're the champion for the next year if you're the team.
Okay.
So
That's
and then
cool.
you're promoted the whole year throughout the whole year, and then you get
Is this the first year they've done it?
Yeah,
then?
exactly. It's just
the
first
inaugural
time.
season. Okay.
It nothing exists like this in Germany at all. So.
Okay, if you win, you need to say, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Weekend Bum Barbecue and So Fucking Awesome Barbecue from the state.
I'll drop some names for you guys for sure. Definitely. Got some nice weapons there. Not that my own rub is not a good weapon, but my own rub is more for... I always say it's for backyard, but Rod Blackburn, the first time he used my rub, he got a 180 perfect score on chicken. So I'm like,
I remember him telling me that. Yeah,
and I'm like, even win with my own rubs.
Well, it's funny you say that. I mean, Brian, I have a few rubs. Brian has several of them, and I don't know. I never really go into it thinking competition. It's more just to help somebody, just general cooking, but. There's teams that use my rub more than I do in competitions. I mean, I try to use it for each category, but they really go like to the next level with it. And same thing with, I know some of Brian's stuff that it's interesting. Everybody has a different take when they taste something and how they can use it and how they can apply. So that's always really cool I think that's a cool thing to see, when people are successful with what you've created. So.
That's what I love too. I mean, I'm not mad at him one bit. I'm so proud that Rod is rocking it out with my robe over there. I mean, it's got his name on it too. So,
yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, does he get a royalty off of it? Or?
Well, not yet.
There's still hope for you, Rod.
With my mom, that's enough.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Rod. But
so I guess. And I know it costs a little bit to travel overseas, but is there any way we could get you back, like October 31st, back for the American Royal?
Yeah, not possible. I'm booked out on that day already. But
Okay.
I do translate a magazine in Germany. They're starting to have a U.S. publication as well. It's digital right now. It's called Fire and Food Magazine. I will send you guys a link to check out the first issue that was released about a month and a half ago. No, I'm not in that magazine, but I will be in the next issue. But anyway, that is another thing that I have going on there with that. But unfortunately, it's just too short notice that we can't come over to the Royal to promote the magazine right now. That was in the talks, but everything just got too complicated. And we're like, the owner's like, no, we're gonna have to wait till next year. So
I expect you next
Memphis
year.
in May is what is on his calendar. Yeah.
Well, Brian, we may have to make a trip to that then.
Well, I mean, if you need some more stuff for the magazine, I know 2 guys right here.
Well, what I'm going to say
we'll
is
be coming to you guys.
we will put you. We're counting on you for next year's American Royal. So not only we live real close, so we can help. I'm actually the international for the American Royal. I'm on the American Royal Barbecue Committee, and I work with. I'm the international ambassador. So I work with
awesome.
International teams. Or where my spot is, freaking just feet away from International Row where everybody is. And last year was the first year I did that, and I was kind of helping some people that were retiring from it, and it's just cool. You know, you get to meet new people. You're helping them with everything, and I know what that's like when you show up in another country and you can whatever you carry in your suitcase, and that's it. What do you got for me? You don't know where anything is. Yeah, you don't know where anything is. You're helping them with that, and we invited them to throw a big old party with Smoke and Elvis's, Randall Updike, who kind of gave me some information, and Irwin's pit crew and a barbecue team, and some of them came to that. So it's a great time. So okay. So next year, 2025, you will be
2025. We'll put it in my calendar then.
There you go. There you go.
I'll block it already.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have a quick question. Since we got to know you pretty good, can I get your credit card number, social security number?
I have a German credit card. It doesn't work over here. Don't remember my social security number. Been in Germany too long, almost 20 years. Oh wait, I do have a meat tag on my rib here. Let me check.
No, hey, man, it was awesome yesterday. Just dropping by, and I mean, it was.
Yeah, I'm glad you had time.
I wish we had a full day where, like Kevin could have been around, and we just like light up a grill, and man, it was just awesome, just sitting there talking, and of course you saw my nasty garage.
Wow. I wouldn't call that nasty, bro. That was far from nasty. I've seen worse.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like one side, it's just bathroom stuff, then barbecue stuff, and then kid stuff, and storage stuff. And
it's a garage. Yep, it's a garage.
Yeah,
no. That's right. No, it's really great to meet you in person. I mean, I just came across Sofa King in just online. I was just scrolling through. I was like, hey, what's that? I like that name. That's kind of cool. And then I kind of checked it out a little bit more, and I saw that one of your rubs was like number 2 on the KCBS rubs list. I'm like, huh, this guy's got something going on here. And so I just stalked you a little bit and checked you out, and then ended up you're also a former Marine. You went to not such a good high school like I did, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I ended up seeing that we had a lot in common, and I was like, damn, I need to get a hold of this guy. I did try ordering your rubs first, just from Amazon and stuff, but nothing was able to be delivered to Germany, and that's why I reached out to you and just like, hey, bro, could you maybe send me some rubs? And it worked out great. That was back in, I think, 2020, actually.
Yeah.
And I got this nice wooden rack of awesome rubs, fucking awesome rubs. And I ended up getting doing pretty well in my contests after that, the few state contests that I took part in. Because like I said, KCBS is relatively dead in Germany right now. It will be coming back eventually, I'm pretty sure, but KCBS in Netherlands is really big. And SCA is trying to make a big push. But unfortunately,
it's a lot there. Yeah.
The travel costs. I'm a big SCA guy. I can't lie. But I'm a little bit more successful there. I did take part in the World Championships this year in March. And to my surprise, I ended up number 19 in the world out of 400 cooks. So
I remember that. That was awesome, man. Congratulations.
Like, that's insane. But I myself, I was like, man, the qualification, I was like, this is the best steak of my life that I've ever grilled. I didn't even get to taste it, but I was like, this is the best steak in my life I've ever grilled. It's beautiful. It's damn near perfect. And the judges thought almost the same thing. So I ended up number 2 in my heat for the qualification round. And then in the finals, I was really sad and heartbroken. I didn't hear my number called, to tell you the truth. I was like, because that was the second steak that I was like, motherfucker, this is, man, if I don't get a call on this, I don't know either. Yeah, and it ended up only being 2.5 points from first place, or 2.8 points or something from first place. But that's how close it is. I mean, you guys know how to, you guys do competitions yourself as well. On such a huge stage, it's only 1/10 of a point, and you're not first. You're 19.
Yeah, exactly. It's so far out there. You're like, what one appearance point? You're like, are you kidding me? You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, but I did have one of the highest taste scores, so I couldn't complain about that. So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So
definitely.
something I know you may have seen on social media one of the newest things that's just started this year and is starting to take off. Dirk Mullins out of Oklahoma City, the Rib Cook-Off Association. Have you seen
Yes,
that?
yes,
And
I
it
took
is
part in it there too.
yeah, the ball has started rolling like crazy, and I mean it's a less expensive way for organizers to run a competition, and it's ribs. Everybody can cook
Yep,
ribs, you know, and
yep,
it's kind of, and you know, here in the States, one of the things that's hurt a lot of competitions is it costs so much to run these. Well, all the charities are trying to raise money for, they either barely break even, and they can't do it, and then they don't exist again. So this is a less expensive way to do that. But you know, I could see that. I mean, it's similar. It's basically a steak cook-off,
yep.
but ribs is what it is. So I could see that, you know, possibly even taking off over there.
Yeah,
It's
a
a
couple
pretty
of
cool.
guys just brought it over. They
Oh, did they?
yep.
Nice.
It's starting over in Germany as well.
Oh,
So
that's awesome. That's
one of the guys out of Belgium and another guy from the Netherlands. They brought Rib Cook-Off Association to Europe as well. So
okay. Well,
it's
that'll be
definitely
cool.
it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to turn into a thing as well. Definitely.
Yeah.
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 That's awesome.
If I have time to take part in that, I'll be doing that too, definitely. But
Yeah.
being self-employed, I do got to make my money first before I can go have fun. Because here's the difference, biggest difference in Europe: we don't have the same prize money. In a lot of cases, there is no prize money. It's for the love of the game, the love of the support, that's and just the pride and having fun being together with the other guys. But
Well, and you're right. I mean, the competition I cooked, there's no prize money. I mean, I got three calls. I got third place overall, but it was cool. The awards they gave were a cool slate.
yeah, you get awards.
Yeah, you know, but there's no prize money and stuff. But you're right. It's more the camaraderie. That's why I say it's like what KCBS maybe was 15, 20 years ago, and it's just kind of getting there, you know. And prize money's tough period anyways, anywhere. I mean, to convince businesses to give up money, you know, you got to have a decent a reason to put the money out there. So
yeah, exactly. It's just a different monster over not monster, a different animal over in Europe. It's hard to find sponsors. I mean, here you can have the local police department or fire department and stuff like that. You can't do that over in Germany. It's not really possible because they're state funded. You know, it's not like they have money to do anything. It's just it's all different. I mean, companies. An insurance company is not going to throw down some prize money for a steak. You know what I mean?
That's you're right. Yeah,
or a bank, for example, they're not going to. They're like, what do we get out of this? You know, it's like
Steve from State Farm in Germany is not going to be.
Right.
You get
maybe I should get a hold of MikeScott.com.
Oh man. Well, I mean, you got a couple sets of nice rubs now. You're taking back to win a couple
definitely
steak comps.
Definitely, don't tell too many people because I need a little bit of secret weapons, man.
Oh,
there you go.
You do. You got some secret weapons in there. There might be a couple unlabeled ones, and some of both parties up here.
That's right. That's right. Definitely.
Oh, man.
So it's gonna be an interesting time when I go back. I do have a few contests left over there before the end of the year. There's a new contest that popped up, a Christmas contest in the Netherlands as well. That's gonna. I'm gonna try to squeeze that in, but like I said, business comes first. So but it'll be great.
This isn't my home. I'm in a hotel in Oklahoma City, so.
So you know what I mean.
I get the daytime job that pays the bills, so I totally understand.
Motel 6.
Man, that's a nice Motel 6.
Steve, stay in the background there. I have to share a room with somebody. So.
Where's Dexter at? Where's Dexter?
Yeah. Well, Hawk, this may not have been something you've seen on my Facebook post. I've been known to trim my meats in a hotel room because I'll go like work for the week in Oklahoma and I'll do a competition. So I'll trim everything. I always say the room is probably cleaner when I leave than it was when I went in there because I lay plastic and trash bags out. And then here's the thing that is the Dexter-ish. That's what brought it to my mind. I will like triple bag large heavy duty trash bags with all my trimmings. And I at night, so people don't wonder what I'm doing. Probably the worst time. I'm sneaking down the back doors to the dumpster of the hotel to throw this bag of all these meat trimmings in there. And there's been a time or two, people are standing out there in the parking lot and they're looking like, what is he doing? I'm like, I'm just waiting for the cops to knock on the door. Excuse me, we've got a missing person and we just noticed what's going on. So,
duct tape and trash bags.
Yeah. Well, here's the bad part, and Brian knows this. I'm known for cutting myself also. I was washing the hotel room I had a sink, and I was washing the knife, and I nicked myself. And, of course, I go down to the front desk. Hey, do you have any Band-Aids? No. Fuck. So I had to rummage through my truck and find something to wrap my hand up because I'd cut myself and like blood everywhere. So, yeah. So, got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh,
man. So, last thing that I have for you is called Would You Rather?
Okay.
And you said there's nothing off topic.
Nope, not at all. But if there is, you're going to surprise me with it. So, but no, I'm open.
Come on, one Marine to another.
Everything. I'm open to everything.
We always bust balls.
Right?
Hey, what was your MOS in the Marines?
Yeah, don't laugh, 2542 Comm Center.
Hey, no, not all. I was a driver and a mechanic.
Oh, okay. Well, but we all know how to shoot first,
No, that ain't that right. Expert.
Oh, no, almost.
Expert, 500 yards. I could have.
Sharpshooter.
Thomas Crooks has nothing on me.
Funny enough, from 500, I was 8 for 10. Everywhere else, I was a little bit less, but I ended up only a sharpshooter anyway.
Yeah.
But from 500, I was deadly.
Isn't that the Iron Cross?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. First question. Competition cooking.
Okay.
Would you rather cook outside in Alaska in January or outside in the Amazon?
Alaska. Definitely Alaska. I can deal with cold better than I can with heat.
Or
interesting
bugs and
and maybe some pythons or something that come steal my brisket.
Yeah, there's more stuff. When you throw Amazon in there, there's more stuff in Amazon, I think, that would kill me than I can see a polar bear coming, at least if I'm in Alaska.
Yeah, I can fight a polar bear off. It's all right.
He's just gonna wait till you get done with that brisket so he can eat some. Is what he's doing.
Just tell him, hey, come back in 12 hours. I got some food for you.
Right.
The rest of this is going in the box.
And in the Amazon, you got that 1 foot mosquito coming sucking your blood. So yeah, I do. I get it. Okay, next one. Would you rather fight Mike Tyson or Bruce Lee?
Man. You know what? I'm going to say Mike Tyson. One and done, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, Bruce Lee's going to hit me like 20 times before I fall down. So,
but I think Bruce Lee would have a way to take you out where it'd just be simple. He'd look at me anyways and be like, I'm not gonna hurt this fat guy too much. Tyson just go all nuts, and I mean, I would say I'd get in the ring once with him, but the problem is I'd be Jello brain for the rest of my life after one hit.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But I'd rather take the one punch from Mike. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Next question. Would you rather cook with Myron Mixon or Tuffy Stone?
Damn. That's a hard one. I'm going to have to go with Myron Mixon. Yeah. I'm going to go with Myron Mixon because, yeah, he's chubby. He's got a little bit more weight on him. I can trust him better. Not that Tuffy can't do it. Not that Tuffy can't do it, but I'm a chef, man. I come from the kitchen.
And I love The Godfather. I love The Godfather. But Tuffy, with the French culinary background and everything he's gone through, he could teach me a lot more outside of the barbecue just by talking to him while we're cooking barbecue.
That's what I have already, so that's why Myron Mixon.
Yeah, no, and I can see what you're saying. Tuffy, since I don't have that culinary background, and not Myron probably, I know Myron can teach me a million different things too, but Tuffy, just the scientific process, due to his background, I think that he would go through. I can only imagine would be interesting. I'm the guy who sits there and has regular cookbooks that I flip through and I read just for the heck of it. So that stuff's interesting to me. So.
Do you have one of those red and white checkered grandma cookbooks?
What's that, Brian?
Do you have one of those red and white checkered grandma cookbooks?
I think I do. Yeah.
I do.
Pretty sure I do. Yeah. I have one that the print is so small that even my readers, I can't read it. So
I only know that because I've got my mom's that was my grandma's stashed away.
That's a great book, man.
Yeah. All right. Next to last and final question. Would you rather watch The Smurfs or My Little Pony?
Smurfs. Shit, I have to watch both, man. To tell you the truth, I mean, my son would rather watch Smurfs, but my daughter would rather watch My Little Pony. So I'm going to have to say I have to do both. I don't have a choice. My kids are boss.
Yeah. Oh, Brian.
I know. All right. Final would you rather? And you can plead the fifth. But would you rather cook with me or Kevin?
Damn.
I'm kidding. I just had to throw that one in there.
No, I if it comes down to it, I'm honest. I think we're all men, and I think we can all handle it. But being that you said that Kevin's a little bit impatient, I'm gonna have to go with you, Brian.
That's all right. I'll sign up for the same comp and kick your guys' ass. That's all. I know I can just get Hawk drunk, and I know I can get Brian drunk. So game over.
Exactly. But I've done my best cooking when I'm hungover. So let's get drunk.
There we go.
Yeah. Like I said,
this way,
we're all
Kevin
grown
and I
enough.
take a trip there. We got to get together.
Oh, if you guys take a trip, let me know well ahead of time, and I will definitely cancel events if necessary.
It'll definitely be one of those we have to plan ahead of time. So unfortunately, I only get a handful of trips a year back to the UK, and that's there's only competitions a few times here and there, and I got to save up for them. But it helps. It pays for the company pays for the trip at least to the UK. I just got to cover the getting back over there and everything else type of deal.
But,
so.
hey,
yeah,
okay. October 2025.
Yeah, that 25, yes, when he comes over here. Yeah.
I'm coming here. We will do it.
Yes.
But I have to say,
together the Royal like on a Thursday night or something.
Oh yeah, I'm down for it. I mean, Rodder's already told me I got a spot with him, and we'll be Team Blackburn definitely.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Great. The Blackburn squared.
Yeah, Blackburn squared. That's right.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, it fits my head too, a little square head here. Damn jar heads.
Oh boy. I know I look like one, but I didn't serve, so I won't claim. I just can't grow hair anymore is my problem.
Well, so. I gotta ask this: do you eat crayons?
What's that?
Do you eat crayons?
I don't eat crayons. No.
No, but you have a friend that gives gum crowns to everybody.
Yeah, I did a class at a VFW here a few years ago, and there were some members of the Wounded Warrior Project that came and got to know this one friend of ours, James Ray. Actually, he goes by Crispy. He's been He's been injured in a few accidents in the war, and
Okay.
but he'll joke. He says he has the best burn ends in Kansas City, and he's a half ass because he has half of an ass. So he's